don't own me.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be the time where I got a tattoo at age 14. So if you guys are interested in watching this video, please stay tuned. So this story happened during my freshman year of high school, which was in 2009. I was only 14 years old, and I was dating this guy in high school. And let me tell you guys one thing about this guy. He thought he was gangster. He thought he was like,
you know, Southside type of guy.
And he was bigger than me, like taller. He was taller and bigger than me. So this is him, right? Like really, you know, this is him. And then this is me. This is how small I was compared to him. Like I was really small compared to him. Anyways, I don't even know to begin with. I don't even know why I started dating this guy. I don't know why. One day this guy texted me on my mom's phone. And by the way, my mom did not let me have cell phones or anything like that. First of all, because we couldn't afford it. And then second of all, because she didn't think it was a priority for me back then, which it really wasn't. My mom's phone got me in so much trouble so many times. I just don't know why I even tried to get a phone. But anyways, so I was really traviesa. I was really rebellious in not like freshman year, but maybe like in my sophomore year and a little bit of the end of my freshman year. As soon as I got this tattoo, I rebelled in a way. I think it was because of all the emotions that I went through when I had this tattoo. So one day he texted me on this flip phone telling me that he had gotten my name tattooed on his arm, right? So I thought that was really cool. And then I went to school the next day. Here, baby. I went to school the next day, and I asked to see it in person. So finally I saw it, and jokingly I said to him, ha ha ha, maybe I should get your name tattooed on me. He obviously didn't take it as a joke. He took it seriously. I didn't mean for that to happen. Okay, so his friends were like right in front of us. My ex-boyfriend, he calls his friend, the one that had got him, that tatted him up. Here. He calls him and he asks him, hey, she wants to get a tattoo too, also. Here, grab it. Here, grab it. So then the guy's like, yeah, totally. I can bring my journal tomorrow, and you can choose like the letters and the size and like what type of cursive you want this name to be and where you want it to be. So he gave me a day to try to decide where I was gonna get it, where I was gonna get it, what size, and what type of lettering. Okay, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get it cursive. I'm gonna get it really small, and I'm gonna get it like right down here, like somewhere where no one's gonna see it besides me. Like no one's gonna see it. That's what I thought. Okay, so I'm 14, trying to decide all these things. Hi baby. So then I grab, so then I didn't mention it at all to him or to any of his friends until one day, 2 weeks passed by. On a Monday and on a Tuesday, I remember him telling me, okay, let's go. And I was like, wait, what are you talking about? Like, what's happening? He's like, we already know do you already know what you want and stuff like that. He's like, we gave you 2 weeks basically. So they did it on purpose, you know. And I was like, no, I can't do it today. I have class to go to, and I have tests, and you know, I was trying to put up a lot of excuses not to get this tattoo done because I was terrified. I didn't want this to happen. So he, my boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, he grabbed my arm, kind of yanking at me to go towards where he wanted me to go to, but I didn't want to go where he was taking me to. And I acted like my friends up ahead of me were calling me, so I was like, oh, hold on, my friends are calling me. So I kind of like yanked away and like booked it. Like I ran towards my friends, and I ran into class, and I remember telling this guy and this girl, which were my friends at the moment, let's call the guy K and the girl M. So K was like, what's wrong, what's happening? And then M came along. She sat next to me. She's like, what's wrong? And I was like, I don't want you guys leaving me alone when my boyfriend arrives. Okay, I just want you guys to stay with me. Just don't let him stay with me alone. Like, don't leave me alone with him. They're like, okay, that's fine. We're not gonna leave you alone with him. So in this classroom that I had first period, my desk was like right here, and the door was like right here. So I'm like 10 steps away from the doorway. So the doorbell rings. I didn't want to leave this classroom. I did not want to leave. I just wanted to stay in there as long as I could. I let all the students pass by me, and Kay even left. Like, he just left. He like totally forgot what I just got done telling him. But Em, she stuck around. She stayed around with me. So then when I'm about to open the door to leave, thinking that my boyfriend had thought I already left to like breakfast or something, no. He's the one that's opening the door for me. And I'm like terrified over here. I was like, he's like, okay, let's go right now. I was like, no, I can't go. I have Spanish class to go to and stuff, right? So once we're walking out the door from our classroom, we walk right into a hallway. And that hallway is like not that long. It's like pretty short. And there's lockers in there. And there on this side there's a door like walk out, and then on this side there's also a door to walk out. So all three of us are walking towards my locker, and I open my locker to get my Spanish books out, and he literally like yanks off, like not yanks off, but he takes off my backpack and he throws it inside the locker room. I mean, not the locker room, but inside my locker. And he tells my friend Em to leave us, and then Em's like, no, we have Spanish class to go to. She like tried to stay around as long as she could. But then finally he like kind of like yelled at her. He raised his voice at her, and I told her, okay, you can go, it's fine. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, it's totally fine, you can go. So then she eventually left us, and I was walking. I was kind of pissed off because I didn't have my backpack anymore, and I felt like really unsafe next to him. And I remember going to passing my Spanish class teacher. He's that type of teacher like where he'll stay outside of the classroom like waiting for all his students to come into the class. Well, he saw me walking past him. He's like, oh, aren't you gonna come to class today? And I was like, oh yeah, I'll be right back, I just have to go somewhere. So we passed by my teacher, we passed by the principal, we passed by other teachers that know me, and no one ever decided to stop me. Like why didn't you guys stop me? Like, you guys are supposed to keep me safe.
Let me remind you that I was afraid of my ex-boyfriend at this point.
But no, that didn't happen. So then now we're walking, so now we're behind the school. We're by the track where PE and all that takes, like gym takes place during like the sunny weather. So no one's out there yet. Everyone's hidden away, and I was like, are you guys kidding me? Like, now that I need people and witnesses to like stop me from doing what is about to happen, no one's there. So then now we're off campus, okay? So we're off campus, and we head towards this little shed that I think the school used to use it for like storing things, but I don't know if they still do. But anyway, so we go into this little shed. In there, like, there's boxes, and then there's dirt on the ground, and there's, you know, insects everywhere. So it's very unsterile for someone to take you to get inked. So we go into this place, we sit down in these little boxes, and the guy is about to do my tattoo. He's getting all the utility out, and all I see him pull out from his backpack was this pen razor looking thing. Like, okay, so then now we're sitting in these boxes, and he pulls out the pen, and he's also trying to set music to, you know, like have something to listen to while we're in there. And while he's doing this, I'm hoping like the principal's gonna walk in or hear the music, or like I thought he would have seen us come out of campus or something. I don't know, but nothing ever happened, and I wish something did happen to like stop us. But no, nothing happened. So then now my ex-boyfriend is telling his friend, hey, can you get this part of my tattoo like darker? So then this is where it gets kind of weird, where I don't remember things, or I don't remember seeing. So he starts, he uses that pen thing looking ink thing to do my ex-boyfriend's tattoo. So when he's done, I don't ever remember seeing him sterilize it or disinfect it or use a different needle. Like I don't remember any of this. So I think he used that same needle on me. I am so blessed that I didn't get no freaking HIV shit. Like I'm so happy I didn't get any infection or anything. Like I am so happy, especially the place where we were at. It was like super unsterile. Like it was just not a good place to go to, but it was the only place they thought of. I don't know. So then he sits next to me, the guy that's about to do my tattoo. He sits next to me and he's like, okay, are you ready? So then he's about to, the guy that's gonna do the tattoo, he's about to lean over and do mine. So then he starts asking me, okay, so where exactly do you want it? So then I start telling him that I want it somewhere that no one's gonna pretty much see it, like, ever, except for me, which I thought was an excellent place to put it on my chest. But I told him to, like, put it, like, right here, and he ends up putting it, like, as high as possible, like it's all the way up here. And he he says that he's gonna do it like straight and like pretty small, but he completely does the opposite of that. He ends up doing it bigger than what I expected, and instead of going straight, he goes like, he does it like all like slanted. So like there's like an image up here and then it goes like down. So if you guys want to show you guys. So here's like the star. That doesn't really look like a star. And then it just starts going down. So then he does that, and after he's done, I'm like bleeding. Not like a lot, but I am bleeding. And that day I was actually wearing a white shirt, so people could they can actually see like stains of blood and stuff. And after all that, I didn't use like, he never gave me anything to like disinfect myself or like make sure it doesn't get infected or anything like that. So right after that, we went back to school and we went to the cafeteria and stuff, and we just basically went with our day. Everyone knew that I had gotten the tattoo, so everyone was just getting a horrible image of me already. And just things just started changing around that time. Like I became more rebellious than what I was already, and in a way I kind of fell through this depression where I just felt like horrible about myself. And it was just like no one really understood what I went through, and no one understood what I went through with that guy. And I mean, I'm not saying he was like a horrible like guy, but he wasn't like the best boyfriend ever. But besides that, that's just basically what happened that day. I went home, I ran to my room, and the first thing I did was take off my shirt and look at the final result. And was I happy with what I got? No. It was completely opposite. I felt horrible right away. I didn't know how I was going to tell my parents about it. I didn't know how they were going to react about it. And then my quinceañera was coming up in a few months. I got this tattoo like around like March or May, and my quinceañera was coming up pretty soon. That it was going to be that summer. So, yeah. So the next thing you know is that he ends up breaking up with me like 2 weeks after I got tattooed. Like, what a twist to the story, right? So then we end up breaking up, and he does offer to pay for the tattoo to be removed and covered and all that process, but I honestly didn't want anything to do with him anymore. Left it at that. I mean, I wasn't even supposed to be dating. Like, what was I going to tell my parents? Oh, I got tattooed, but don't worry, I'm going to get removed with his money. I'm pretty sure my parents would not be happy with either story. So, yeah, if you're Hispanic, you totally know that you're going to get your ass whooped if you do something that they just told you not to do. So, yeah. So if you guys want to hear about that story about how I told my parents and how they reacted, please leave comments down below. That would be like a story time right there. And if you guys want to hear about my quinceañera, you guys can also leave comments down below. Like, a lot of things happened, and I actually have clips of like my quinceañera. And during that summer, it was like the most worst, horrible summer ever. Like, my dad even stopped talking to me for a while before my quince. So yeah, if you guys are interested in watching those type of videos, please let me know down below. I like making story times like these because it's basically like me telling you guys about what I went through and stuff like that. So if you're thinking about getting a tattoo and you're under 18, I would honestly, like, you need to think about it. Like, I would just tell you guys to wait. Usually it's legal at 18, but I would wait till like you're 21, once you're like working and stuff and you're like more ahead, like your head's more clear and things like that. Because once you're 18, just because you're 18 doesn't mean you're an adult, and just because you're 21 doesn't mean you're an adult either. But you have more sense, you know, so you think more clearly about certain things. But I would have done something differently. Like, I would have done like a design or something. But yeah, like, just honestly think about what you're gonna do in your next moves. You don't know how tattoos are gonna jeopardize you in like work or in your lifestyle or whatever. It honestly jeopardized me for a while, but you know, this tattoo does not define me as a person. Just because I have this doesn't mean that I am, you know, like anything. I'm not like a bad person. I'm not a bad mother or anything. You know, I was a teenager. I made mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. It's part of life. It's part of growing up, and it's part of being a human. We all make mistakes. We're not perfect. So that's so. Anyways, on that note, I hope you guys liked this video. If you guys would like more type of story times, I have more, like I just mentioned in this video. I also have some paranormal stories about my old house that I used to live in, and I can actually get some photos from my other house. So if you guys are interested in like scary, spooky stories, and I actually have like witnesses, which would be like my husband and my brother. If you guys are and my mother, if you guys are interested in stories like that, please let me know down below, and I'll gladly put those I'll make those video for you guys. Alright, so don't forget to like, comment, and if you're new, please subscribe. My name's Leslie. I'm a mother of 2. So yeah, alright, bye guys.
You don't own